Unfortunately, this game's a little bit broken. Okay, so I'm going to start this by saying I didn't even know this game was coming out. Personally, and don't shoot me, I'm not a massive Lego fanboy. I've never really enjoyed the Lego games. It's just not kind of my thing. But there was a game back in the day, I think it was just called Star Wars the Saga, right? The Lego Star Wars the Saga, back in like 2007, and I loved it. It was the only Lego game I fully immersed myself in. So when I heard that Star Wars the Skywalker Saga was coming out, I was like, what? Like, I didn't even know this was coming. And then I saw some like footage and stuff and I went, okay, I'm gonna have to get this. So yesterday I went down to my local store and I picked it up on Switch, by the way. Even though we've got a PS5, I was like, no, I wanna get it on Switch. I love the idea of having it in portable mode, right? So I was super hyped with this, like to play through all 9 of the movies essentially in a game that looked stunning from the gameplay I'd seen and the screenshots and stuff. I thought this looks really, really fun. And as well, as you all know, if you're a fan of our channel, that I'm a massive couch co-op player because me and Christina love playing games together without having to have 2 systems or 2 copies of the game or whatever. I love the drop in, drop out. So the first thing I'm going to say is that yes, you can be playing through this game and at any stage, anyone can drop in as a second character, which splits the screen. So I'm going to start with that really quickly because most people like breeze over co-op or don't even talk about co-op at all. So co-op mode, yes, you can just jump in at any point, which is awesome. And if there's multiple like characters on screen, you can like change between them, I think with like L or R bumper. So Christina, when we found Jar Jar Binks, she was like, I really want to play as Jar Jar. And then she could, which was really, really nice. And obviously each character's got their own like sort of abilities and stuff, which you can help each other out. But the split screen mode is like a vertical split and it obviously changes your sort of view in angle. So the good thing is that one person can go and run off wherever they want and it will be a totally different area where you are and they can do their own thing and play as they want to play, which is great because that person's then not locked to the camera of player 1. The only problem is that it makes it a little bit difficult to actually see what's going on. And I'm talking about TV mode right now because obviously if you're playing in like tabletop mode, it's going to be even more difficult to see what's going on. But in TV mode, and we've got like a 55-inch TV, which is pretty big, you know, it's still limited viewing angles, but it is quite fun. First thing is, there is some stutters, there is some slowdowns and freezes and stuff in co-op mode because obviously there's like essentially running kind of 2 versions of the game because that other person can go wherever they want. But it is fun in co-op mode, so I do like that. But this is where we ran straight into our first issue, which is why I'm saying this game is basically broken. We decided to play through episode 1 first. We were going to start at 1 because you can change where you start. So obviously there's 9 movies, so there's 3 trilogies, right? So you can actually start wherever you want, which is either episode 1, episode 4, or episode 7, is it? Yeah, I think so, yeah. And you can like choose where you're going to start. We started with episode 1, you know, back with Anakin and the pod racing and all that kind of stuff. So we started there and the game's broken because we started playing and well, we could not get past like the first bit of the story because the game kept hard crashing. The game completely quit, unexpected error, do you want to send a report? Bam, the game stopped working over and over and over. And I was like, are you serious? We've been playing like 15 minutes or less trying to collect all the little freaking Lego pieces that we could get, smashing everything, doing the main story, and then bam, hard crash, unsaved, start from the frickin' beginning of the game again. And this happened about 3 times before I was like, right, okay, I'm done with this. Let's Google it and see if I can find some sort of issue. And it seems that everybody's having this problem and it seems to be like a Switch issue. I didn't even look to see if the other systems are having this problem. I think it's a Switch problem, right? So the way to get around that, if you're having the same problem, is get your Switch, take it out of the dock and hold down the power button and go to power options and shut down. Do a hard reset of your device. Shut the system down completely and then reboot it up and then the game will work. So if you're like me and you don't often restart your Switch or do a hard shutdown, which you should really, imagine leaving your computer on like forever, right? In like sleep mode, things aren't gonna work properly over time. But I've never had this problem in any other game ever on the Switch's 5 years that it's been out. This is the only time I've ever experienced it. Now, I understand this is a huge game that's been dumbed down a little bit for the Switch, and clearly it's a bug, like, because it should not be doing this at all. It really frustrated me paying full price for a game, and, well, you know, it's broken. And I'm sure some people probably don't even realize, especially if you're a kid or maybe a parent that's not massively into gaming and the game is just forced, like, shutting down. That's going to be pretty frustrating when you've paid full price, right? Once you get past that, well, the game is actually pretty fun. Like, I actually quite like it. But you can tell there's quite a low resolution going on here. Even on like docked mode, it ain't 1080p. There's no way it's 1080p, especially in split screen, which I think dips the resolution down again to like help performance. It's pretty mushy. Like it just looks a little bit meh. And then I ended up playing some single player because I was like, well, let's see what it's like single player. Instantly enjoyed the game way more. Like, so I enjoyed playing much more in single player. As much as I love co-op, I do. But like I said, the like field of view is so limited. But the good thing is that other person can drop out at any point. So playing single player mode definitely helped. You can experience the world much better. You can actually see where you're going and like just everything that's there, which is more fun. But again, the resolution was just a bit meh. I tried it in handheld mode. I don't have any footage of that, sadly, but in handheld mode, even then, like it's just a bit fuzzy. It's like a little bit blurry. There's other games that just look better than this and run better than this. And I would really, really love to see like a big update to fix these crashing issues and maybe help the performance if possible. If not, do we have to wait for the Switch Pro or the Switch 2 to maybe get a bit like better resolution? I don't know. It's not the end of the world, and I am still going to play through this game despite like the kind of mushiness to the visuals, because once you're like in the game and you look past that and you're having fun, well then it's kind of like a second thing. I'm not a big person for like, oh, the Switch needs 4K handheld. I'm not like that. If the game's fun, that's fine. I don't really care what it looks like, right? But when the game's looking mushy and it's freezing and it's crashing and it's jittering, well then I've got a bit of a problem there. But anyway, the game is fun. This isn't a full-blown review. I should have said this at the beginning. This is my first impressions. I've only played maybe like 4 hours of the game, but I do like the fact that there is so much to do. So the kind of idea of this is to play through all of the saga first, play through all of the chapters, and then come back later in like free mode and then start looking for your like hidden items and other abilities, because there'll be areas that you go to and you find a hidden item, but then all of a sudden you need C-3PO, or like maybe you need, I don't know, another character, and your character will go like, I don't have the ability to do this. And it will basically be hinting, okay, when you've unlocked more characters, come back and then you'll be able to unlock this stuff. So really, I would just bosh through the storyline. Don't try and find everything first. Just bosh through it, come back later, and then try and 100% the game when you can actually do these extra stuff. Now, you'll find these blue floating blocks, which kind of like skill points. If you see them, grab them if you can, because you're gonna wanna upgrade your skill points. You've got so many upgrades in this game. You've got so many like cosmetics. There's even paid cosmetics that you can buy off the eShop as well. There's so much going on, so many upgrades, so many different things to unlock, which is really cool. I like how diverse the gameplay is, because one minute you're like in a spaceship flying around space and you can go to different like worlds to do your missions, or you can be like on the floor as a Jedi or whatever, and then you can be like in an underground like, or in a underground like ship, like underwater. You know, if you've seen episode 1, you know what I'm talking about, and you can like swim around and stuff, and then you can be in your pod racing. Like, there's so much to do, and I'm only in episode 1. Like I said, don't shoot me, this is first impressions. I'm mainly kind of complaining about the performance here, but so yeah, I haven't actually played the entire game, but straight away, I have had fun. I prefer it in single player mode, and to be fair, I think I even preferred playing it in handheld mode, because it was just cool, like chilling on the sofa, just playing it that way. Again, it's fine on the TV, it's fine in split screen, but again, those visuals are a bit mushy, and I did have some performance issues. the game breaking stuff, I've seen other screenshots and other videos on Twitter and on Facebook of people having like massive bugs here. So I really hope that they implement some sort of patch soon that's going to fix some of these hard crashing issues and some of these glitches that are happening, and hopefully improve the visuals slightly. I don't know how likely that's going to be because it is a pretty big game. There's so much that you can do. But I am having fun with it. Would I recommend buying it right now? No. No, I wouldn't, just because you probably will run into glitches, bugs, and stuff like that. If you've bought it off the eShop, they will not refund you if you're not happy. So what I would say is give it a month, see if there's an update or anything like that, and then maybe come back to it. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fan and you don't mind having some issues that you can get over those hurdles with, well then it's great fun. Drop-in co-op is amazing. You get to play through all the Star Wars like saga, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. So if you're a big Star Wars fan, then you're probably gonna really enjoy this too. And there's been another release recently as well, the House of the Dead remake. And if you want to see all about that, go and click here. It's an on-rail shooter that's just been remade for the Nintendo Switch. It's on the eShop, and I've got a full-blown in-depth like opinions and reviews and whatever in this video. So go and click this video next. Oh, and before you do that, go down there and subscribe as well. Don't forget to subscribe.